Classroom incivility. Are you getting your money's worth? An average out-of-state student pays about $33,000 per year to attend Boise State full-time. Even if you aren't a full-time student, you have scholarships, or you are paying in-state tuition, you are still paying a lot of money. If you are paying that much money to be here, I can assume that you value your education and you want to get the most out of your time here. Lack of preparation for class, tardiness, texting, distracting side conversations, leaving early, taunting the instructor, threats or violence against the instructor. Some of these things don't seem like such a big deal, such as checking your phone or arriving late to class, but all the things I listed fall into the same category of uncivil behavior in a classroom, and they are hindering you from getting your money's worth. They are also a distraction to your education. Merriam-Webster defines incivility as a rude or impolite attitude or behavior, lack of civility. Incivility in the classroom is any incivility in a classroom setting directed to students by teachers, directed to students by students, or directed to teachers by students. When someone brings up incivility, I tend to get a bit defensive. I don't want someone accusing me of doing something that I need to change. Instead of getting defensive, I think that it's important that we look at the causes of classroom incivility. Classroom incivility is caused by a lot of things. One common instigator for students is stress. Students at college have a lot of pressure to do well so they can one day get a good job. This pressure creates a lot of stress that can cause students to be overwhelmed and frustrated, which can lead to impaired judgment and eventually incivility. Academic entitlement is also a cause of classroom incivility. Traditional aged college students today were born during the movement of self-esteem. Parents rewarded their children for very small things, thus leaving them to feel entitled for things they hadn't worked very hard for. Academically, this creates students who feel as though they should receive good grades and success without very much work. They may expect the instructor to change the class to fit their wants. This is linked to incivility because students may start to feel as though the teachers are there to serve them. Teachers can also create environments where students are more prone to incivility. Gestures such as smiling and greeting students help students feel more connected to a teacher and thus more unlikely to be uncivil. Faculty who arrive late to class, have an unclear syllabus, or don't follow the plan for the course on the syllabus are engaging in uncivil behavior that can cause students to reciprocate this incivility. You may still be wondering what incivility has to do with getting your money's worth. Well, the consequences of incivility are linked to this question. Incivility in general can be very harmful to a person. In an extreme situation, it can cause people to feel ostracized or left out of a group. This is very common in schools and can cause anxiety and depression. This causes the student's performance level in school to go down. This will cause that student to not be getting their money's worth out of school. However, if you aren't inclined to care about others, your incivility also negatively affects you. Although you may not always like learning, you're paying a lot of money to learn things that will allow you to one day get a good job. When you engage in uncivil behavior, you are creating a negative learning environment for yourself, which is hindering your education. An example is showing up late to class. It may seem unimportant, but you may be missing some crucial information. In the end, not only are you hindering others' ability to learn, you're also hindering your ability to get your money's worth at school. Don't be the student that sits around texting all throughout class and misses information that could get him or herself an amazing job one day. You have to start looking out for future you. Although there are a lot of things that teachers can do to stop causing incivility, I think that we as students need to prevent it. Most of the time, we are the ones causing the problems. I know I'm guilty for occasionally checking my phone, being unprepared for class, or having side conversations, and I know that those are things I can easily change. Not checking my phone for 2 hours won't create havoc in my life, and that side conversation can probably wait. I'm paying a lot of money to be here, and I want to do everything I can to get my money's worth, and I'm sure you do too. I think that we should all try being civil for a while, and see how much better our learning environments will be, and how much more we can learn. Are you going to get your money's worth? It's your choice.